That is what the baby looks like.
As you can see there, that's a pretty impressive sandwich. So one of our bigger videos on our channel was the How to Survive Katz Delicatessen. And if you don't know, if you're not familiar, Katz is a deli in New York City where they do these huge, delicious pastrami sandwiches, but it's also quite hectic ordering there. Well, we were also in Montreal recently, and there they have a deli called Schwartz. So they do a similar style sandwich, not as crazy of an ordering process, but still very similar setup. They have someone there cutting the meat, constructing the sandwiches, and they look almost identical. It's renowned in Montreal, and it's one of the most famous spots there. So if you're ever in Montreal, you have to stop at Schwartz. Even though we knew it was gonna be good, we were curious, can it live up to Katz? But enough of me talking, let's cut to me eating that sandwich right now. So they do have a side for seating, and they have a side for takeout, which is fabulous because that's something Katz does not have. It all gets congested into one area, and they would make their lives a lot easier if they separated them. So we found this was a much more effective system. So we got just the Montreal Smoked Meat sandwich from there. Now this came to around 16, I think. It definitely doesn't look as big as the Katz sandwich, but I mean, they're two totally different places. So, and Katz was also like $30 for a sandwich. So it is definitely falling apart.
That is what the baby looks like. That is a stack and a half. I'm gonna have to lay this side down because it doesn't want to stand. Okay, put that there. First I'll try the meat on its own, which looks amazing. I saw inside that they had their own seasonings that they sell in little bottles, and they have their own mustards that they sell in bottles, and they have their own musical even. So that's kind of crazy. Okay, taking the first bite. This looks like your standard rye bread, mustard, and smoked meat. Nice and greasy and juicy, just how you want it. The seasoning's very good. I like that it's simple, just the mustard, because it really lets the meat shine through. The only difference I would say to other smoked meat sandwiches I've had is that the texture of it is quite different, because as you can see here, it's not, I mean, I don't know how they slice it, but it's sort of like more so in like little pieces. I don't know, here that's a better, trying to get a better view of it. In little pieces, like if you look like that, how it's all like in little, so I don't know how they cut it, but I mean, it definitely makes for an interesting texture in your mouth. I don't know if I like the texture as much, but the taste is very, very good. So just to let everyone know the difference between Montreal style smoked meat and pastrami, Montreal style smoked meat actually comes from the brisket, so it's much stringier and softer type of meat, while American style pastrami is made from the navel, which is also called the short plate, and it's much more dense and juicy and marbled with fat. So they are incredibly close and often confused with each other, but they do have certain differences in taste and texture. So even though we're comparing Schwartz and Katz, it can never truly be an exact comparison. Is Montreal smoked meat worth the hype? I would say yes, it is. It's definitely worth trying when you come here. The flavor, the greasiness, all that good stuff that you want in a sandwich, they have it all, and it's not too crazy of a price. I mean, I've seen crazier. The guy in there was working really hard pumping out sandwiches, so and I think it's one of these old delis that's been around for a long time, so I always appreciate supporting places like that. And I would say yes, if you come to Montreal, you must try Montreal smoked meat, and you must try Schwartz. It's a must try indie eat. Yeah, so as much as I do think it's still must try to get the Montreal smoked meat, and that's probably one of the best places to get it. There may be other ones, I don't know. If you guys know, let me know. But I would still say, in my opinion, from other Montreal smoked meat sandwiches I've had elsewhere, I would say I would probably give this one about 7.5. I do appreciate the price and everything. I feel like the way they cut the meat though is like, makes it a little tad dry, just because all of the grease was actually coming out onto my hands where it should have been sort of staying inside of the meat. And it's extra for this pickle or whatever if you want stuff like that. So, you know, it was really good, but I wouldn't say it was like the most exceptional Montreal smoked sandwich I've had. So my rating would be 7.5. But it is still a must try if you're in Montreal, because it's a place that has been a staple for a long time and it is delicious. So I do still suggest going there. Okay, so thank you for joining me eating this delicious sandwich today. And please hit the notification bell, subscribe. Thanks for coming on another journey with us.